welcome the group, Mr. and Mrs. Morton.
Having a silent disco tonight. Amen. I don't know what that's like, but I know it's headphones. And I'm going to say that where you parked was the Black Bull at Kettlesing Head, and now it's been taken over by this organisation, and it's going to be a place where 7 girls come to be trained. There's no girls working here. There's only 15 men. And there'll be 7 girls that are going to live there, and when they've got enough money, the 7 girls will arrive, and they'll be trained to be baristas. That's people who make coffee, and hopefully people will stop and get a coffee. And the next thing is now, this is the first wedding reception they've had here, so they've done really well. So I'd like to thank them. I would say that Jo's a good planner, and she's planned a tremendous amount of things. She's been planning for ages, and I spoke to a lady who I didn't know in Bridge Street, and she said, because she's a teacher, she was one of, not her fellows, because I don't know what the she word is for a fellow. There were 3 teachers who were there. And also, because of the planning, I wondered why they were cutting out small bits of curtaining from her curtain. And it turns out they're now in the yard as bunting. The farmer lives at the just as you come in, and this part of his land, he wanted it to be a Christian training place, and so that's why it's been built here. I'd like to welcome all the guests on behalf of both families who have come here from afar. I was just thinking about where's the far? Well, the far's in Scotland, London, Cheshire, that's the main place, yes. Coming on to that in a minute, to be with us today. I'd like to welcome Tony's family who have come here from Cheshire. Now, in the past, being a Leeds person, I didn't know much about Cheshire. The only thing I knew was that when we needed some salt, we went to Cheshire and we got it. That's because the Romans were there, and there were plenty of salt springs, brine springs. But now we know it for another good reason, that it's where the Morton family come from. We'd also like to remember all those who can't be here, in particular Tony's nan and granddad, who would find the journey too long and the time here too long as well, who are unable to make the long distance from Cheshire. Also Tony's cousins and Jo's cousins, who can't make it here either. So please raise your glasses to absent loved ones. Now, thanks to the bridesmaids and the pages that look so stunning today. Also the best man and the ushers in particular, who've helped the reception to go so well. Thank you to all those who have worked behind the scenes, in particular Jo and Tony, who have done most of the planning. And I'd like to thank, on behalf of Jo, Susan Stead for doing all the beautiful flowers here and those at the door. She had to do the ones at the door in the pouring rain yesterday, and apparently she hadn't got a raincoat, but she managed to do it perfectly well. She had to do it outside because the display's got stones in the base unit, so she couldn't carry them in. Right. And once again, the flowers that Maureen and Marjorie did at the church earlier. Also, all the people from Horizon Life who have helped behind the scenes, and with Joy's, and they also helped with Jo's recent move to Bradford, which has been quite complicated because she couldn't move into a new house in Bramley, so she had to move to Bradford in the meantime. So she's been camping in her house, and now, at last she got the keys when she was married last Thursday at about 5 o'clock. And so she went to her house, and Tony, being a very chivalrous person, carried her over the doorstep and up the stairs. He'd also picked her up a few times in Harrogate, so he'd been practicing to see if he could do it. On Monday, they're going to move to Bramley, so I hope the people in Horizon Life haven't just said, oh, well, we've done it now, we're off, because it's going to be quite a strenuous day on Monday. Tony's been able to put his training at Horizon Life into good use. He trained to be a skilled woodworker at here in their workshops and at Leeds Building College. And now he's got a proper job, full-time job in Bramley, although for the last few weeks he's been working 2 days a week just to find out if they liked him and he liked them. But apparently he does like them, so that's going to be all right. Oh, another thing. Joe and you have now got Tony to look after you and to love and protect you. But I want you to know that I will always be there for you. Although I hope that with the easy maintenance garden, you won't be asking me to come round and cut the grass because it's very small. And at Joe's previous house, we had to keep going round and cutting the grass when it was about 9 inches high. Joe, you will now have Tony to look after you and love you and protect you. And I want you to know that you should say these 2 particular words, I love you. And we hope that God will bless you in your future careers and life. Now it's my pleasant duty to announce a toast to a happy couple. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and duty to propose a toast to the happy couple. Please be upstanding and raise your glasses to Tony and Joanne, Mr. and Mrs. Morton. I must say that on Thursday, after they were married and they became Mr. and Mrs. Morton, somebody came to my car when we were outside here and they said, where's Mrs. Morton's bag? I thought, who's Mrs. Morton? I thought, I know Mrs. Beaton, I know Sainsbury's, and I know Tesco, but who's Mrs. Morton? And after a bit, somebody says, it's her bag. We all hope that married life brings them all the happiness in the world. So far, it's been a blast of emotion in the first 3 days when they first got the key of their house, which was only on 5 o'clock, as I've already told you, last Thursday. We've done the cleaning on Thursday evening, and it's now ready for moving in on Monday. It was very emotional today, and even the cake was in tears. That's apparently quite corny, because I looked at about 376 speeches for the bride's father, and quite a lot of them have got that in. So I had to put it in. That's my speech finished. I would like to hand over to my son-in-law, Tony.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. And just want to also thank everyone for coming, to celebrate this day with me and my wife. And I'm just so amazed and so thankful to God for bringing such an amazing woman into my life. She's not only got an outer beauty, but such an inner beauty. She's really caring and loving, and she's awesome, so thankful for God, man. It's all because of God that, He's brought us together in everything that He's done in our lives, it's just amazing. And, I just want to thank Joe's parents as well, for their blessing, on our marriage and that, and don't they look beautiful as well, don't they? We just thank you for all the support that they've given us, for this time. They've been amazing, and for my mum and dad as well, and all the support that they've given us, they're amazing people, I don't know, and don't they look lovely as well, and mum especially, she's awesome, and I've just got some thank yous, and I just want to thank Horizon. It's been a big part of my life over the last 18 months. To Brian and Kay, they've been amazing people, and all the guys, they've all been here for me, and and we've prayed together, and if I've ever needed anything, they've all been here for me, and for Brian Anderson, he's an amazing man as well, and I'm just so thankful, to all the guys, and for this place, it's brought me to the place where I am now, and God used this place as a vehicle to bring me and to deliver me where I am now, and it's an amazing place, amazing. You'll hear a bit later off my main man Kev, and for my auntie making that wonderful cake, it was just amazing. That was a great cake. And for the Page boys as well, they were just awesome and really confident. For my son Lewis and Elijah, wherever he is, they were gorgeous little guys, man. They really did well. They were really well. And I want to thank Andy Lenton for the service. He's like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, man. I know it's God and everything, but He used Andy to speak through him and that service. We did get married on Thursday, but the words, it was short and sweet, 15 minutes and just a couple of words, which were quite meaningless, really. But today, man, that was just a mind-blowing service. I mean, man alive, the words that were spoken, you're just blown away. I was like, wow, man. I was like, wow. And he's gone now, but Stephen Gurney, man, he taught me in there to do some joinery stuff. And that has been absolutely crucial, that teaching that he gave me. He's an amazing joiner. And Brian Anderson as well. These amazing guys, and they've spoken into my life while I've been here, And I'm just very thankful for the input that they've had and the investment and the time that they've spent with me, in my life. And also, to the right of Brian Anderson is Bill. This man, he's awesome too, man. He lent me some cufflinks. No, not just as that. But I go for walks with him, man, and he's an awesome guy, and he's really spoken to my life too, and I'm very grateful for you as well. And for our small group friends, there's some here tonight. There's Paul and Lizzie's, Hamilton and Ornella, and some others somewhere, Sabrina and Gary and Kev and the others up the back, Shola and Jess, and Wendy and Alison and that as well, and Jane and everyone there. you know, they've all been, you know, a big part of our lives, from Joe especially, and for me as well, you know, and they've all played a part in, you know, in our lives, you know, and we're just very thankful for all of these people. And Tom and Louise, man, these are like really good friends of Joe's, you know, and have really blessed us as well, and have been there for us, you know, in many ways, and we're really grateful. Yeah, and so this brings me towards the end, because I don't do talking too much. but I'm doing it. We're getting there. So yeah, I've got one toast. Well, I've got two. So I want to toast to God, to Jesus Christ, for what he's done in my life. Because it is all because of him, not because of anything else, but it's all because of what he has done in my life. Or I would not be stood here, because I tell you what, I was absolutely on death's door before, and you know what he's done in my life and where he's brought me to now. You know, it's just amazing. So, to Jesus Christ for dying on the cross for each and every one of us, and to the bridesmaids, which have been amazing, you know. Yeah, they were, man. They looked amazing, and yeah, they've done lots for Joe, so a toast to the bridesmaids as well. Yeah, someone else want to go?
Well done, son. And now over to the spaceman.
Hello, I'm Lewis, for you who don't know me, but I'm his best man, his best mate, and I've seen some unthinkable things that he's overcome. And I've been there every step of the way with him, and I'm proud. First of all, I'd like to say how beautiful the bride looks, if you'd all agree. Nearly as good as me. And also, I'd like to just say how proud I am of this man here, just because of the things that he's overcome and the journey in his life, to be where he is now, an honest man. And that takes some doing. And just for that, mate, I'm proud. Top man. And I'm not really usually one for speaks, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet and just thank everyone for coming, and me, hopefully wife. Been there before. And my son, Charlie's godfather. And I've got a daughter on the way, Maisie, due in 7 weeks. Godfather. He's the man for the job. But I'd just like to thank everybody else that's been here and everyone that supported me, obviously coming up here, and Juz and Amanda that have now left. But I'd just like to say a big thank you to you guys as well, and a big thanks to you, son.
Yeah, bless you, man.
Good night.